Safe drinking water is essential for human health. Water scarcity receives much attention. However, climate change may also impair the quality of drinking water. Our project SafeCREW prepares the drinking water sector of the EU for the coming challenges. In our case studies in Germany, Italy, Spain and Western Ukraine, our 12 European partners work on solutions for the coming challenges. Let's have a look into the case studies in Hamburg, Berlin, Milan, Tarragona and Western Ukraine with their different backgrounds and consequently different challenges and expectations. Hamburg's sole water source for drinking water is groundwater. Most of Hamburg's water source comes from wells that can be up to 300 meters deep. Hamburg's raw water sources are of high quality because the pumped groundwater is protected by many layers of soil. Fortunately, we have not yet seen the impact of climate change on Hamburg's drinking water, as the water has a long residence time. The deep groundwater does not need extensive treatment for achieving high quality. The water is pumped and aerated. Afterwards, iron and manganese are removed in a sand filtration step. Finally, the pH is adjusted by an additional aeration step. The water is then distributed regularly without disinfection. The main challenge is sufficient freshwater availability as the metropolitan area is growing. Some wells also provide bank filtrate, which is groundwater stronger influenced by surface water. These source waters could be quality impaired by future droughts, extensive rainfalls or rising temperatures.
Berlin's drinking water is coming from groundwater. A large share is obtained through induced bank filtration. This technique improves water quality as the water passes through the aquifer. In general, Berlin's drinking water is considered of high quality, mainly because it comes from naturally filtered groundwater. However, Berlin's water supply is currently stable and riverbank filtration helps to maintain both quantity and quality. The groundwater does not need extensive treatment to achieve high quality. The water is aerated, filtered by sand filtration, and distributed without disinfection. Berlin's water supply faces pressures from population growth. As the water demand is increasing, climate change is also a concern, as longer drought periods and heat waves lower groundwater level and reduces natural groundwater recharge. Balancing sustainable groundwater extraction with ecological needs, such as protecting rivers and wetlands, is also an ongoing challenge.
Water in Milano comes from the deep aquifer present below the city. The water is captured from wells. In the city we have about 500 wells. Once water is captured in the wells, is delivered to the potabilization plant and then treated and distributed to the network. Water coming from the deep aquifer is already of good quality thanks to the natural filtration of the layer of the soil. Main treatment technology used in Milano is the filtration with activated carbon. Disinfection is carried out with chlorination to ensure microbiological stability along the distribution network. Milano drinking water system is currently facing a lot of challenges. Another important challenge is related to the chlorination of water, because we are trying to optimize the dosage while minimizing the production of chlorination byproduct.
Well, where we at right now at the Tarragona Water Consortium. The Tarragona Water Consortium, named as CAT, collects the source water from the Ever River irrigation channels that are located approximately 50 kilometers from the river mouth at the Mediterranean Sea. Well, our raw water that comes from this surface water from the Ever River, it's presenting significant changes right now, especially in the context of the climate change. The water quality depends largely on the season and the rainfall patterns. Well, in Tarragona, and especially where we are right now at this facility, we can treat up to 4 meter cube per second of water, and we uses different advanced processes to ensure the high quality water at the end of this treatment. Well, this climate change context, we're facing different kind of raw water and more complicated to treat. These challenges, combined with the stricter water directives addressing the emerging pollutants, creating challenges for treatment processes to ensure that we continue to meet the strict water quality standards in the future.
Approximately 80% of Ukraine's water supply originates from surface sources, primarily rivers. However, in the western region of Ukraine, groundwater is quite often used. Overall, the quality of groundwater meets Ukrainian drinking water requirements, except of the concentration of iron. Groundwater is treated using aeration and rapid filtration. Surface water is abstracted through infiltration wells without additional treatment. At two of the water supply facilities, the water is disinfected. Ukraine water supply system are characterized by significant physical deterioration. To integrate Ukraine into the European Union, it is necessary to adopt best practices in water supply system management.
My name is SafeCREW. I work at the DVGW Research Center at the Technical University of Hamburg, and I'm coordinator of the project SafeCREW. Hamburg, we expect novel and improved water treatment technologies to remove natural organic matter from the waters. This ensures a continued high quality of drinking water. In case of emergency disinfection, we'd like to know what DVPs we can expect and whether we can prevent them.
My name is Christoph Strenger. I'm a hydrogeologist. I've been working as a researcher and project manager at the Kompetenzzentrum Wasser Berlin. I expect the project to improve our microbial risk models. At the end, I hope that water utilities and regulators will be able to apply the results to strengthen groundwater monitoring.
My name is Luca Creston, and I'm responsible for the maintenance and the management of the water treatment plant operating here in Milano. Last challenge is related to the upgrading of infrastructure and the treatment plant, because we have to deal with new pollutants while keeping the cost and the energy consumption sustainable for the citizens.
Well, hello, I am Aleix Martorell. I'm the operations manager for CAT. Well, the SafeCREW project is already giving us tools and knowledge of how our raw water is changing and how our treatment are performing on this new water quality that we're facing. In addition, to perform better in our disinfection processes, to ensure the minimizing the disinfectant byproducts in the finished water.
I am Sergei Martinov. I am the head of the Department of Water Supply, Sewage and Drilling at NUVI, specializing in research in the field of water resources. The SafeCREW project will help us improving Ukrainian water quality monitoring practices and enhancing the modeling of our water distribution network. We expect progress in adapting European Union standard in Ukraine, gaining experience in developing water safety plan.
These were the expectations of our case studies. To see what each project partner does, watch video 2.